Well, good evening, YouTube. It's Sabrina from Sigh Soaps. Today I have a special edition soap for you. This one is not on the market that I sell anyways, but it is something that I do for myself and for my family. And you never know, I may find in the future that, you know, there is a market for it, and if that's the case, then we will see. What I got going on here, though, folks, is I've got my dish soap. Now, right now, I can hear like the tire trucks squealing and records squealing to a stop on the turntables. You're like, what? But the fact is yeah, I make all our own dish soap, and laundry soap for that matter. We've been completely, oh, and toothpaste, let me mention that. We've been completely SLS free for almost, well, for 2 years. Toothpaste is longer than that. Toothpaste was one of the first ones to go. We don't want SLS in our diet. We don't, sorry, I'm just playing with my moles here. We don't want it in our diet. We don't want it around our skin. We've noticed as now that we're SLS free, like lots of issues are gone. Everything from gingivitis to eczema. So because of that, I make dish soap. So what I'm going to do is show you what I'm making. What I got here is 50% olive oil and 50% coconut oil. I originally tried, I have done my dishes with Castile, and I've done my dishes with 100% olive oil and a mix in between, but I've never really tried the 50-50. Oops, excuse me. The reason why I'm playing with this is because I also make this into, like, as far as, you know, the ratio recipe, is because I also make this into laundry soap. And that will be a video that will come up. I'll do that one soon, I promise. For now, though, I'll show you how I make the dish soap, and then I make the laundry soap out of the dish soap, or out of this particular 50-50 cocoa soap. Does that make any sense? Anyways, I also want to note that there's no fragrance in this soap because I don't want fragrance on my dishes or in my body. Phthalate or paraben free or etc. I still don't want it in my body, but what I do add to it is I add tea tree essential oil. Gives me the feeling like it's a little antibacterial. I can tell you that my dishes are always squeaky clean, even though I don't do them conventionally anymore. And I love it. So yeah, we're going to put in some tea tree, and that's for later when things cool down. Alright, so at this point here, I have everything ready to go. Oh, you won't believe this. Of course I don't have my thingy. Alright, let's go. Now everything is really hot right now. Oops. The lye water is really, really hot. The oils are really, really hot. And I just stirred this lye water a few minutes ago. I figured there was no point in waiting when you're doing a hot process. As you can see, it's already thickening up wonderfully. Alright, so let's go. Alright. Ooh, splattering everywhere, folks. I have my cloth here. In a moment. Alright guys, so now we're just gonna let this baby cook. she's a creamy. Really custard. Really. So, okay. Alright. Once it gets thick, I'm going to have to swap it out in this flimsy spatula. I'm great at cleaning edges, but not for stirring hard process. Hard process. There, let's clean that soap off. Okay. Alright, guys. She's the creamer. Alright. Let's leave that. I've got it on high. It was already on low before, so all the oils had already been heated before I started, so they were pretty comparable to the temperature of the lye solution. Alright, clean up. Take a sip of your cuppa. I'm telling you, French press. It's coffee, it's not tea. French press will always turn even the crappiest coffee into something high class. Alright, so here she is. There's my baby. She's had a little bit. We'll come back and we'll check on her in a bit. It's really dark in here. It's midnight soaping again. I don't have my gloves on. The reason why I brought you in here, I'm not ready to stir this yet. This is just starting to volcano. But the reason why I wanted to bring you in is because you see that pool of liquid in the middle there? This is for the non-soapers, not the soapers. The soapers, you guys already know about this. But you know how they talk about ow, really, really hot. They talk about glycerin soap. It's not really glycerin soap. Now I do understand that a lot of the clear soaps, they add glycerin to it, but glycerin is a natural byproduct of soap making. It is what happens when lye and oils come together and cook, and that's what you're seeing here. Now this is what, you know, other soap companies, with the big commercial companies, take all that out and they'll sell that as glycerin, and it's like in this particular case it's 100% glycerin or vegetable glycerin oil. So as a handcrafter though, we just stir this right back in. But that's beautiful glycerin right there. But this isn't going to be used for your hands. Well, so that your hand, when you're doing dishes, that your hands look, you know, doesn't dry out your hands. But anyways, I thought I'd give you a show there. This is volcanoing, and it's almost ready. It's been cooking for about an hour and a half now. Yeah, so I'm going to let it go. We're going to let it, you have to resist the urge to stir it at this point. We will come back again, and then we'll see what we got. Alright. Okay. We're at full volcano. Ooh, excuse me. We're at full volcano here. The fork out. I'm going to mix all that lovely glycerin back in there. Still really, really green. Let's see what color soap it makes it later. Okay, so let's turn it off. It's definitely been cooking for about 4 hours. It's definitely ready. So I'm gonna let that cool. And then I can get it in the molds. Yep, that's really, really hot. Alright, so you want to wait until that cools off a few minutes at least, and so that we can add in the tea tree. It's going to probably take a good 20 minutes or so, 15 maybe, for that to cool. Alright, because it is really hot right now. Okay, I'll be right back. So it had cooled enough that I was able to get the tea tree in there. It's quite aromatic. I'm just forming it, and hopefully it all sticks together. There's quite a bit of it that just wants to, mushy. I like it. Little bits and pieces. So I'm pushing them down in, and I'm getting the molten soap on the top, but I'll hold those bits in. I hate cold process or hot process soap just for this. It's so never figured out how to make it smooth. Always just looks like a glopped mess. But considering this is a utility bar, it's not meant to be pretty. Alright, so one thing I am going to do, look at this mess, all these bits and pieces. Anyways, what I am going to do, I wet my gloves. Look at the ladder already. Ladder. Okay. Form my edges. It's the only way I know how to make it smooth. Alright. There she goes. Sorry you didn't get to watch me put it in the mold. I realized I didn't have the camera on, and I was just talking to nobody. It seems to be a fairly common occurrence for me. Alright guys, here we go. There is my dish soap. I'll cut it in the AM. It'll be a quick one because I do have to go to market in the AM. Shouldn't be soaping the night before. But there she is in all of her sloppiness. Alright guys, perfect. Alright everyone, oops, here it is, the next day, my dish soap, nothing fancy, nothing fancy. This bar is all about utility. Oops, keep trying to close that door and I can't. Alright, so I just simply cut these into chunks. Chunk, not even pretty. Certainly not as creamy looking as when I did this cold process. Certainly a handsome looking bar of soap regardless. Okay guys, Now you see why I stick to cold process soap and not hot process soap. Because I can't make hot process soap pretty. It's just not going to happen. Now these bars do look chunky. That's because I had scraped off all the soap that was on the sides and just mixed it right in. So what you're seeing is like the dried stuff mixed in with the... See, that's... I'm not even sure what that is. Probably a leftover bit of iron oxide from making shaver bars. Doesn't matter to me though. This is just for my own personal use and for a girlfriend actually who likes making laundry soap out of this stuff because it's so freaking good. You guys ever tried laundry soap? Made with homemade stuff, borax, washing soda, and a good old bar of soap. I'm going to show you guys how to do that. But until then, here you go. There's the tea tree in the background. Thanks, tea tree. There she is. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye. It's really dark in here. It's midnight, it's opening.